Hello, Seymour Community School District Board members. I'd like to thank you all for taking some time to listen to me today. My name is Ethan Armstrong. I am a junior here at Seymour High School, and I'm also the Wisconsin FBLA Region 3 Vice President, as well as our own chapter's Vice President here at Seymour. So I'm just here today to give you guys a few examples of feats that we have accomplished this year despite COVID-19. So I'm going to start right now with our Regional Leadership Conference. So normally every year, the Regional 3 Vice President, which is the office I hold now, has to host a Regional Leadership Conference on the second Saturday in February. During this time, we usually have about 800 kids or so in the building in person, which they then all compete that day as well through rooms throughout the high school and the middle school. We generally have to use almost all the rooms to be able to fit everyone in that day. So normally that is a tough feat for us to accomplish, but this year, because of COVID, we obviously couldn't have all those people coming here, so we actually just hosted our own chapter here on that day, and everything else was virtual. So there's over 75 different FBLA events to compete in, and we had over 550 different members competing that day. So we had virtual judges from actually around the entire United States. I think our farthest one was in South Carolina. So since it's virtual, we were able to reach out and have more judges that way, which made it easier for us. And we also had about 15 different adults come in that day and judge for in-person events that were live over the phone this year. Besides that, we had all individually wrapped food, individually wrapped candies, water bottles, as well as a fruit salad bar with scoopers and stuff so people weren't touching other people's food during that event. So that was one of our biggest accomplishments this year. And along with that, one of Wisconsin FBLA's biggest accomplishments, which I was able to help with this year, was the Fall Leadership Experience. Normally we have the Fall Leadership Lab and the Fall Leadership Wisconsin Fall Leadership Conference. It's usually hosted in some big city in Wisconsin like Milwaukee or Stevens Point or Green Bay. So this year instead we actually created a cumulative video series that anyone on the web can actually view it. So they can learn up to 7 different business skills with short videos. Once put all together, there's about 2 hours of things you can study along with teacher resource pages and student homework packets. This way it can be used in classrooms by business teachers as well. One of our most recent things and the biggest accomplishments this year was with Government Day. So every year Wisconsin FBLA gets together with FFA, DECA, FCCLA, HOSA, and we can all talk to some senators and representatives from our area. And I was lucky enough to speak with Robert Coles, who represents the 2nd Senate District of Wisconsin, so he represents us here in Seymour as well. So me and him have been in contact since, and we have shared some photos from that day during the conference, which is normally in person, but luckily this year, since it's virtual, senators can connect from wherever they are, whether they're at home, in an office, or even on the road. So that was one of our bigger accomplishments there. And one of the last things is this week is FBLA week. So we have been hosting a few different events this week, such as goodie bags on Monday. Every FBLA member got a goodie bag full of individually wrapped candy, which they can then distribute to their friends or eat themselves. On Thursday, we had a live trivia Kahoot in the lunchroom, which we hosted with all of our local Seymour officers, me, Kiara, Edward Hackle, Reagan Pollock, and Caitlin Kaler. And then today is FBLA Shirt Day, so everyone wearing an FBLA shirt earns some candy. And at the end of this week, everyone who has participated in an activity is put into a raffle to then win a Thunder Zone water bottle full of candy, as well as a few other different items. So thank you guys all for listening, and I hope this can kind of help you guys plan some things for the future.